Hi everyone. Let's start the discussion of the test. This is your first question. The surface tension of soap solution is 25 into 10 raised to power minus 3 Newton per meter. The excess pressure inside a soap bubble of diameter 1 centimeter is. Now, it's a very simple question, direct one single formula based question. Excess pressure in the case of a bubble is given by 4T by R. Here, you just need to put the values and you can calculate it very easily. R will be 0.5 into 10 raised to power minus 2. Now you can calculate it and the answer you will get will be 20 Pascal. Okay, let's move to the next question. In a series LCR circuit, the voltage across resistance and capacitance inductance are 20 volt each. Now you know, as the voltage across inductor, capacitor and resistor is 20 volt each, it means this is a case of resonance, right? So the effective voltage in this case will be from, in this scenario you can find out like this, right? So the effective voltage will be 20 volt only. Okay, if the capacitance short circuited, the voltage across inductance will be how much? Now the scenario is, in the case of resonance, actually XL and XC become equal, means the capacitive reactance and inductive reactance become equal. And in this case, as the voltage across the resistor, capacitor and inductor is same, so it means the resistor has to be same with XC, as same as XC and XL, right? Now what we need to figure out, the voltage across inductance we need to figure out. The voltage across inductance is to be found when the capacitor is short circuited. Okay, so the voltage across inductance will be nothing but it will be equal to I XL, right? It will be I XL, and over here the current will be how much? See, in the case of initial case, in the initial case, the current was given or not? No, current was not given. Okay, no problem at all. We can find out the value of current. The voltage is 20, right? Let's find out the current when the capacitor is short circuited, right? So capacitor is short circuited, so R square plus XL square will be the impedance. So the current will be given as 20 by, now XL we know it is equal to R, so this will become, I can replace XL with R, so the current will become equal to 20 by 2R square, which is 20 by root 2 R, right? So the current is known, current is coming out to be equal to 20 by root 2 R, and XL is also equal to R. Okay, so R and R will be cancelled out, so 20 by root 2 will be the potential drop or voltage across the inductance. So this is how you'll be solving it. Okay, let's move to the answer will be C option. Let's move to the next question. A plane electromagnetic wave of wavelength lambda has an intensity I. It is propagating along the positive y direction. Okay, suppose this is x-axis, this is y-axis, and this one is z-axis. I can denote it this direction as positive I cap, this as positive j cap, and this as positive k cap. The allowed expression for the electric and magnetic fields are given by. Okay, a plane electromagnetic wave of wavelength lambda has an intensity I. It is propagating along y-axis. So the velocity of the wave is in this direction, it is towards j cap. Okay, and we know that electric and magnetic field both are perpendicular to each other, so we know this particular thing, that C vector will be E cross B, right? So the direction of propagation will be given by E cross B. So it means the electric field has to be, applying right hand thumb rule, the electric field has to be in Z direction and magnetic field has to be in x-axis, right? So from here we can say that this option is wrong, right? This option is completely wrong. Let's move to the next case. We need to find out the value of electric field, the magnitude of electric field. From here we can easily figure out that the magnetic field vector will be nothing but it will be equal to E k cap, sorry, The magnetic field vector must be in the direction of I cap. So E I cap by C. This will be the magnetic field vector. So all these three options are the same, so we can't figure out from ABC which option will be the correct one. So we have to find out the electric field. For electric field, we know that the intensity is given. So the intensity is I. So intensity is actually equal to half epsilon naught E square into C. So this is the general expression of intensity. Now we can figure out the electric field vector from here as 2I by epsilon naught C under root, right? So 2I epsilon naught C, and this must be electric field must be moving in the positive k cap direction. So the over here the expression the y and t values must be having opposite signs, because this must be this is the wave which is moving in the negative x-axis, negative k cap direction or z axis. Okay, so I will go with, yes, I will go with this expression, A option. I will go with A option, as electric field magnitude is given, that is correct, and magnetic field vector is also in the correct direction, and the electric field vector is in positive k cap direction. It is moving in the positive k cap direction. So this is the correct answer, right? And C option is also wrong, because the value of electric field magnitude, the magnitude of the electric field vector is not correct, and this is moving the electric field is moving in the negative negative z axis, so that's why it is also wrong. So option A must be the correct option. Yeah, option A is correct. Let's move to the next question. A bar magnet of length 6 centimeter has magnetic moment of this much. Find the strength of the magnetic field at a distance of 200 centimeter from the center of magnet along its equatorial line. Okay, that is quite easy. The magnetic field strength on the equatorial line is given by mu naught upon 4 pi. The general expression was m by r square plus l square having power 3 by 2, right? So the values we can put over here. It will be quite easy question to solve. The values will be mu naught upon 4 pi is 10 raised to the power minus 7. The value of m is nothing but 4, right? And the value of r is also given, that is 200 centimeter, which is 2 meters, right? Square of it, and plus the distance is 6 centimeters. So 6 into 10 raised to the power minus 2 square, and this whole having power 3 by 2. Now you need to just figure out the calculation, and after doing the correct calculation, you will get option C as the correct answer, right? So it's a very simple question. It's very single formula based question, and just calculation will be taking time. Okay, let's move to the next question, and the next question is in front of you is this. A point mass m is suspended from free end of rod of length L, mass m. Then the time period of small amplitude of oscillations will be how much? Now the scenario is a point mass m. See over here, this is the point mass having mass m, and this is the rod of length L, and its mass is also equal to the point mass, right? And its mass will be acting at the center of mass, right? Of the rod, center of mass of the rod. Then the time period for small amplitude of oscillations will be, okay, so this is a compound pendulum, right? And we can easily figure it out. Suppose this is the center of mass of for the rod, this is the point mass which we have considered. Suppose small oscillation angular displacement of theta is given, and see in this case what is important, the important thing is this, that we need to figure out the center of mass of the whole system. The center of mass of the whole system will be lying at the midpoint of bit of masses, this and this, right? Both the masses are same, because both the masses are same, so that's why it will be see in the this distance will be L by 2, and this distance will be L by 4. So this complete distance will be nothing but it will be 3L by 4. Okay, so let me just represent this, that the distance from here to here is 3L by 4. Okay, and over here the total weight will be acting vertically in the vertically downward direction. So the total weight will be nothing but 2 mg, because both the masses are, the total mass is 2, right? And that's it. This is the point of oscillation. And this is the point where axis of rotation must be passing, and the perpendicular distance uh, must be this distance, this the perpendicular distance between line of action of force and from axis of rotation. The perpendicular distance from axis of rotation and line of force on line of action of force will be given by this will be L 3L by 4 sine theta, right? So this will be 3L by 4 sine theta. Let me just write down in a proper manner. This distance is 3L by 4 sine theta. Now the value of torque will be how much? Torque, we know it is nothing but multiplication of the perpendicular distance from the axis of rotation on the line of action of force, that is 3 by 4 L sine theta, into force, that is 2 mg, right? And torque will be written as moment of inertia into angular acceleration. So 3 by 4 L into 2 mg, because theta is small, so I can replace sine theta with theta. Now what will be the value of moment of inertia? What will be the value of moment of inertia? The value of moment of inertia will be, for this axis, for rod it will be ml square by 3, and for point mass it will be equal to ml square into alpha equal to 3 by 4 L into 2 mg theta, right? Now this can be written as 4 ml square alpha, 4 ml square by 3 alpha equal to, obviously the angular displacement is given in this direction, and the torque must be acting in the restoring torque must be acting in the opposite direction, so negative sign will also be present, right? And over here we can just write down 2 and 4 will be cancelled out, 3 mlg theta minus 3 by 2 mlg theta. Okay, so alpha can be written as 3 by 2 mlg over 4 ml square into 3 into theta. M and M will be cancelled out, L and L will be cancelled out, 9 by 8 G by L, alpha and theta. Now this is the equation of angular SHM. We know alpha minus omega square theta. By comparing it, omega square is coming out to be equal to 9 by 8 G by L, and from here we can find out 2 pi by T as under root of 9 by 8 G by L, and time period can be found, that will be equal to 8 G by 8 L by 9 G. This will be your answer. So the correct answer is 8L by 9G. Okay, and yes, we can I have done the complete derivation how to find the time period in such cases, but a direct formula can also be applied, that is time period or in such cases is nothing but 2 pi under root I by mgd, where I is the moment of inertia of the system and d is the distance of the center of mass, right, from the axis of rotation. So and this is the scenario, right? Let's move to the next question. The next question says the mass of hydrogen molecule is this much. If 10⁻23 hydrogen molecules strike 2 centimeter square area of a ball per second at an angle of 45 degree with the normal to the wall, with a speed of this much, the pressure they exert on the wall is how much? See, very easy question, very easy question, and you need to assume that the collision was a perfectly elastic collision, so it's a very easy question. All right, suppose this is the wall and this is the hydrogen molecule coming and it hits it is reflected back, right? And over here, this is the direction of in which the particle comes. This is the normal with the surface of wall. This angle is 45. This must also be 45, and the collision is elastic, so the velocity will not change, right? Overall change in momentum over here will be nothing but 2 mv cos theta, right? And theta over here is 45 degrees. So this is the scenario. Now this is the momentum change for one particle. This is the momentum change for one particle. Okay, we need to figure out the pressure. Now pressure is nothing but force upon area, and force over here is nothing but rate of change of linear momentum. For one particle, the momentum change in momentum is given as this, right? But as 10 to the power 23 hydrogen molecules strike on this much area of a wall per second, so number of particles which are hitting per unit time is 10 to the power 23. So the total force will be nothing but n, where n is number of particles per unit time hitting the wall. And for one particle, the change in momentum was 2 mv cos 45. So the total change in momentum of the particles per second will be given by this expression over area which on which the particles strike, right? So 10 to the power 23, 2 into 3.23 into 10 to the power minus 27, and the velocity is, just a second, let me write this below because it will not be covered completely. N is 10 to the power 23 into 2 into 3.23 into 10 to the power minus 27. The velocity is 10 to the power 5, and cos 45 is 1 by root 2 over area. Area is 200 centimeter. Sorry, not 200. It is 2 centimeter square. 2 centimeter square, so it means 10 to the power minus 4. Now that's it. We need to just calculate this, and after calculation we will get a result as 2.3 into 10 to the power 3, right? So this is the way of solving the question. Let's move to the next question. Figure shows a circuit in which 3 identical diodes are used. Each diode has forward resistance of 20 ohm and infinite backward resistance. Resistors R1, R2, R3 equal to 50 ohm. Battery voltage is 6 volt. The current through R3 is, we need to figure out. Now over here we can see that this diode is forward bias. This diode is forward bias, but this diode is backward bias. As the battery, the positive terminal of the battery is connected to these two diodes, with these two diodes from the P side of the diode, but this is N side of the diode which is connected to the positive. So that's why this is a backward reverse biased diode. And as we know, over here it is given that if the reverse biased diode is there, then it will be having infinite resistance. So this branch of the circuit is useless for us. There will be no current passing through this branch, and the current through R3 we need to figure out. That will be the current which goes from here to here to here. So this current we need to figure out, and this current will be nothing but it will be equal to voltage or EMF over complete resistance R effective. Now what will be the effective resistance of this circuit? See, the voltage is 6 volt. Voltage given is 6 volt, and the effective resistance of the circuit is, diode has forward resistance of 20 ohm, so 6 by 20 plus R1 is 50, R3 is also 50, so 6 by 120, right, which is nothing but 1 by 20 amperes. So the options are in milliamperes. So what we can do, we can just multiply by 100, no, multiply by, let's multiply it by 50, right, and divide by 50. So 20 into 50, this will be nothing but 50 into 1000 ampere. That is, current will be equal to, from R3 will be equal to 50 milliampere. So A option will be the correct answer, right? Let's move to the next question. A parallel beam of microwaves of wavelength 0.5 mm, wavelength this much is normally falls normally on Young's double slit apparatus. The separation between the slits is 1.5 mm. So small d is given. The screen is placed at a distance of 1 mm. Capital D is also given. Find the number of maxima in the interference pattern observed on the screen. So as we know, in this particular case, as the light is falling normally, so the path difference is nothing but d sine theta, right? And it must be, for maximas, it must be equal to n lambda, right? And lambda. Now over here, because d is how much? Small d. The separation between the slits is 1.5 mm. So over here 1.5 mm, and the maximum number of maximas we can find out by putting sine theta as maximum. So sine theta ki maximum value, the value of sine theta, maximum value of sine theta is nothing but it is equal to 1. So 1.5 into 10 raised to power minus 3, sine theta is 1, so it will be equal to n into lambda. Lambda is 0.5 into 10 raised to power minus 3, right? So n over here will be coming out to be equal to 1.5 into 10 raised to power minus 3 over 0.5 into 10 raised to power minus 3, which is equal to 3. So on one side the maximas are 3, right? And on the other side also, from the central maxima, there will be another 3, right? And there will be one maxima and one central maxima also. So total number of maximas will be nothing but 3 plus 3 plus 1, that is 7. But now they are saying that we need to exclude the maximas formed at infinity, means the maximas which are extreme, are at extremes, that we have to remove. So there will be two extreme points from the central maxima. One is in the downward side and one is in the upward side. So the number of maximas present will be nothing but 7 minus 2, that is 5. So 5 will be the correct answer. This is how you will be solving such type of question, right? Let's figure out whether this option is correct or not. Yes, it is correct. Let's move to next case. Yes, this question, next question is very interesting. The intensity level of sound at a distance of 30 meter from an isotropic point source is 30 decibels. Find its intensity level at 15 meter. So intensity level, we know that the intensity level is nothing but equal to 10 log I1 by I0. This is the for intensity level 1, and for intensity level 2 the equation will be something like this. Now let's subtract these two equations. So b1 minus b2 will be nothing but it will be equal to 10 is taken common, log I1 by I0 minus log I2 by I0, right? Now this can be simplified, as we know, in the case of log, if subtraction is there, then values can be written as in divided form. So I0 and I0 will be cancelled out, and over here we get 10 log I1 by I2, which is equal to b1 minus b2, right? So this is the equation we get, okay? And we know that the intensity level, basically the intensity in such cases is inversely proportional to the square of the distance. So from here we can find out value of I1 by I2 as R2 by R1 square. And what is R2? Second distance was 15 meter, right? So R2 was 15 and R1 was 30. So the value which we get, 15 and 30 and square, by doing square we get it as 1:4. So we can put this value of I1 by I2 in this equation, the equation number 1, which is b1 minus b2 equal to 10 log 1 by 4. And we know the intensity level for first case is I think 30 decibels. Yes, it is 30 decibels minus b2, we need to figure out 10 log 2 raised to power minus 2. So it can be written as minus, this power is taken out, log 2 30 minus b2, and b2 we need to figure out. So b2 is coming out to be equal to 30 plus 20 log 2. The value of log 2, log base 10 2, is nothing but 0.3, which by multiplying we get the value as 6, and 30 plus 6 is 36, so in decibels. So b2 is coming out to be 36 decibels. It means B option has to be the correct answer. Yes, B option is correct, right? So this is how you solve such type of questions. Next question: with a concave mirror, an object is placed at a distance x1 from the principal focus. Okay, on the principal axis, the image is formed at a distance x2 from the principal focus. Concave, it is the case of concave mirror. Okay, from the principal focus, the focal length of the mirror is, we need to figure out the focal length of the mirror. Okay, that's fine. It is a concave mirror, right? So focal length we need to figure out. We know the mirror formula is 1 upon v plus 1 upon u as is equal to 1 upon f. Focal length is not known, we need to find it. And important thing is over here is this, that the object is placed at a distance x1 from the principal focus. So it means the distance will be something like this. Similarly for image distance also, we can put these values, right? And now we can take LCM. F minus x2, F minus x1, the values will be coming out to be equal to F minus x1 plus F minus x2 equal to 1 upon F, right? Two F minus x1 minus x2 equal to 1 upon F over F square minus fx1 minus fx2 and plus x1 x2. This value we will get by simplifying this, right? And now cross multiply. 2f square minus fx1 minus fx2 equal to f square minus fx1 minus fx2 plus x1 x2, right? fx1 fx2 both will be cancelled out, these are cancelled out, and one f will also be cancelled out, means subtracted. The value which we are getting is f square as x1 x2, so f will be coming out to be equal to x1 into x2. So this is how you will be solving this question, and the correct answer we will get as root x1 x2, right? So this is the way of solving this type of question. Next question: a thin ring of radius r meters is placed in xy plane such that its center lies at the origin. That's fine. The half ring in region x less than 0 carries uniform linear charge density plus lambda. It means this portion is positively charged, and the remaining half ring x greater than 0 carries uniform linear charge density of minus lambda. Over here negative charge is present. The electric potential at point whose coordinates are 0 and r by 2. 0 and r by 2. Okay, so at this point we need to figure out the potential. Now very easy question it is. As we can see that if I take potential due to a particular point or particular portion in the left hand side, in the right hand side, means due to negative charge, there is exactly identical charge present at that, it's at its mirror image, right? So, which will make the potential at this point as 0. Why? Because if suppose q charge is present over here, minus q charge is present over here, here q charge will be present, and potential due to these two charges, as the distance is same, the potential due to these two charges at this point will be 0. This is not in not the case of these 2 points only. This is for the whole semicircular ring. So at for each and every point in the right hand side of the ring, there is a positive charge present, which will make sure that the potential will be zero at all the points on this axis, right? So so leave alone this particular point over here, the electric potential will be zero. So it's a very conceptual question. There is nothing numerical in this, right? So this is how you'll be solving it, right? Let's move to the next question. In the given circuit, find the magnitude of current flowing through arm A, B. Okay, how much current will be flowing through this arm? Okay, that's fine. We can just, first of all, we need to find out the how much the total current will be flowing through the circuit. I can just recreate this circuit as now. I have divided this wire into two sections. I've taken this point B over here, right? And what we want to find out, we want to find out actually how much current will be passing through this resistance as well as this resistance. This is the actual question, right? So I1 and I2, IAB will be equal to I1 plus I2, because the current which is passing from AB will be going dividing in this direction as well as in this direction, right? So this is the basic funda. Now let's figure out how much current will be passing, as the resistances are 5 ohm each. So the total resistance of the circuit will be how much? See, these two are in parallel combination, so 2.5, and with this they are in series combination, so it will be 5. So the resistance over here, this resistance comes out to be equal to 7.5, right? 7.5. Now, and these resistances, that is 7.5 ohm, this resistance is actually in parallel with the 5 ohm resistance, this resistance, right? So the equivalent resistance of the whole circuit will be nothing but it will be equal to 5 into 7.5 over 5 plus 7.5. So equivalent resistance is 3 ohm, right? As the equivalent resistance is 3 ohm, the total current which will be leaving from the battery, it will be nothing but it will be equal to I total will be nothing but 15 by 3 voltage upon resistance, that is 5 ampere, right? Now now the scenario is how much current will be divided over here. See, over here this is 5 ohm, this is also 5, this is also 5, and over here the resistance, the value of current will be divided equally, but overall the value of current which will be, see over here, the current is 5 ampere, right? These are two resistances, 7.5 and 5. So the current will be divided into 3 and 2 portion, because yes, so 3 portions will be going from here, and as these two are equal, so 1 ampere will be passing from here and 1 ampere will be passing from this resistance. Okay, So total current is 311. Yeah. So actually, the scenario is we can see over here that this is 7.5 and this is 5. So the overall ratio of the resistance is 3 is to 2, right? And the current will be divided into in the opposite order, that the current will be passing in from this resistance in will be 3 times, three portions, and the current which will be passing from this 7.5 or the upper whole portion will be 2 parts, right? Overall the current is 5 ampere, so it is quite easy for us to divide it. The 3 ampere current will be passing from this resistance, and from over here these two resistances are in parallel, so and both the resistances are equal, so the 2 parts will be divided equally, so 1 part will be passing from here and 1 part will be passing from here. So overall, the from AB the current will be passing will be equal to I1 and I2. So I1 is 1 ampere and I2 is 3 ampere, that is 4 ampere current will be passing from AB. So D option will be the correct answer. So this is the way of solving this question, right? Option D is the correct answer, right? So this is the way of solving such type of questions. Let's move to the next question. If mass density of Earth varies with distance r from center of Earth as this, and r is the radius of Earth, then find the orbital velocity of an object revolving around Earth at a distance 2r from its center. See, orbital velocity is very easy to find. Under root g m by radius of the orbit, right? This is mass of Earth, but over here the mass we need to find out of Earth, we need to find out as the density is variable. The density is variable. So if this is the case, in that case we can imagine a portion within the Earth at a distance r, and this the volume of this small portion of or spherical shell will be nothing but it will be given by uh, the small volume will be equal to surface area of the base 4 pi r square into height, that is dr. So this is dv, right? And for mass you need to find out the mass. The mass of Earth will be nothing but it will be given by dm integration, right? The mass of this small portion will be equal to density into volume, and it has to be integrated. Density is kr and dv is nothing but 4 pi r square dr, and it has to be integrated from 0 to capital R. So this will be the mass of Earth. That's it. We can take out the constants k 4 pi, and we need to integrate 0 to r r q dr, right? So we can just easily integrate it 4 pi. The integration of this will be coming out to be equal to r raised to power 4 by 4. That's it. 4 and 4 will be cancelled out. So the mass of Earth will be given by k pi r raised to power 4. That's it. So over here we can put the value of mass of Earth as k pi r raised to power 4 over 2 r. Okay, so it means the final result will be r raised to power 3 by 2. So by 2 I can see only one value, so beta option has to be the correct answer. Beta option is correct answer, right? So this is the way of solving such type of question. Right, let's move to the next question. A screw gauge has 50 divisions on its circular scale. The circular scale is 4 units ahead of the pitch scale, marking okay prior to use. Okay, circular scale is 4 units ahead of the pitch scale. Okay, so it means it has a positive zero error. Okay, upon one complete rotation of the circular scale, a displacement of 0.5 mm is noticed. It means pitch is given. The nature of zero error involved and least count of screw gauge is respectively. Now, the and no doubt the error is positive zero error. We need to figure out the least count. So least count is actually pitch by total number of circular scale divisions, right? So pitch is 0.5 mm and number of circular scale divisions is 50. Okay, so 10 raised to the power minus 2 mm is the least count. This has to be converted into micro meters. Okay, no problem at all. We can multiply and divide by 10. So 10 minus 6 meters, that is 10 micrometers, will be the least count. So B option has to be the correct answer. Yes, B option is the correct answer. Okay, so this is how you solve or you deal with this type of questions. Next, a small body suspended by a light spring performs simple harmonic motion. When the entire system is immersed in a non-viscous liquid, the time rate of oscillation does not change. As this is a spring mass system, right? It consists of spring and mass, so its time period will be given by under root k by m. No, under root m by k, right? So as the liquid is non-viscous, the value of spring constant does not change, the value of mass does not change, so time period remains same. So assertion is correct. The angular frequency of oscillation of the particle does not change when spring mass system is immersed in a non-viscous liquid. That's the correct thing. Omega square in such case comes out to be equal to k by m, right? So that's why the time period comes out to be equal to this. So this is the reason. This reason is also correct, and it gives correct explanation also. So I think option A has to be the correct answer, right? So this is how you deal with such problems. Next question. A gas is undergoing a cyclic process as shown in the figure. For this cyclic process, mark out the correct options. Heat is rejected from the system. Work is being done by the system on the surroundings. Net heat is supplied to system in full cycle. In full cycle, internal energy of the system is increasing. See, it is a cyclic process. Internal energy cannot increase, right? The system goes from A to B and then comes back to A. There is no change in internal energy, right? Work is being done by the system on the surrounding. Net heat is supplied to the system in full cycle. See, over here, the work done in the case of compression is more and work done of expansion is less. As you can see, it is PV graph and area under curve will be less. So we know that Q is equal to W plus delta U. So delta U over here is 0, right? And Q over here will be equal to W. And here the work done is negative, so Q must be negative. So Q heat is rejected. As Q is negative, so heat is rejected from the system. So this A option has to be the correct answer, right? So net heat is not supplied, it is actually rejected by the system. Work is being done on by the system on the surrounding. No, that happens in the case of expansion. So over here the net work done is of compression, so that's why it is negative work. So that's why option A has to be the correct answer, right? So this is how you deal with such type of problems. Let's move to the next question. In this question, option A is correct. Let's move to the next question. An equimolar mixture of monatomic and diatomic ideal gas is suddenly compressed to 1/5 of its original volume. Okay, so it is suddenly compressed. It means it is adiabatic process. And it is a mixture of monatomic as well as diatomic gases. So, okay, the ratio of final temperature to the initial temperature and the compression volume is given. Okay, so V2 is equal to V1 by 5, right? And we need to figure out the ratio of final temperatures. T1 by 52, suppose we need to figure out. Now, in adiabatic process, the equation of adiabatic process, which consists of temperature as well as volume, is nothing but TV raised to power gamma minus 1 is equal to constant, right? Because we know PV raised to power gamma is equal to constant. This is the general equation of adiabatic process. And using PV is equal to nRT. So we can replace P with nRT by V. So over here we get this equation, right? It's a very simple. You can put the value over here of P and we will get this equation. Now temperatures are to be found. Now the thing is, we don't know the value of gamma. That's it. We need to figure out the value of gamma. So gamma effective for the mixture will be N1 CP1 plus n2 cp2 over n1 cv1 plus n2 cv2. And as the number of moles are same, so let's consider it to be equal to 1 or n, right? N can be taken common, right? And these will be cancelled out, so cp1 plus cp2 over cv1 plus cv2, this will be the value of gamma and will be cancelled out. Now for monatomic gas, this is the first gas, this is the second gas, right? For monatomic gas, the cp will be equal to cp for monatomic gas comes out to be equal to 5 by 2 r, and cv1 will be 3 by 2 r, right? And for diatomic gas, cp2 will be equal to 7 by 2 r, and cv2 will be 5 by 2 r. Okay, so we can put these values over here. 5 by 2. Let's move to the next slide. Gamma for mixture is cp1, that is 5 by 2 r plus 7 by 2 r over 3 by 2 r plus 5 by 2 r, right? So 1 by 2 and r will be cancelled out, so we will get 5 plus 7 over 3 plus 5, that is 12 by 8, which is 3 by 2. Okay, now gamma we can T1 V1 raised to power gamma minus 1 is equal to T2 V2 raised to power gamma minus 1. So T1 by T2 will be equal to V2 by V1 having power gamma minus 1. V2 is V1 by 5. So V2 is V1 by 5. This is 3 by 2 minus 1. Right? V1 to V1 and V1 will be cancelled out. T1 by T2 will be equal to 1 by 5 having power 1 by 2. It means T2 by T1 will be nothing but under root 5. C option will be the correct answer. Yes, C option will be the correct answer. So this is how you deal with it. Okay. Let's move to the next question. Next question says a block rests on a plane that is inclined at an angle of theta. Okay. Assume that the friction force is large enough to keep the block at rest for a particular value of theta. Horizontal component of friction force will be maximum. That maximum value is equal to. Okay. See over here what is happening. The friction force is that much, which is able to cancel out the motion of this or tendency of this tendency, which is able to, this friction is able to cancel out the tendency of motion of this block. The tendency of motion is filled in this block because of mg sine theta component, the component of weight along the inclined plane, right? So friction is equal to mg sine theta over here because it is able to cancel out. Now we need to figure out horizontal component of friction, the horizontal component of friction. So this, the angle will also be theta. So f cos theta will be equal to mg sine theta into cos theta, which can also be written as mg by 2 sine 2 theta. Okay, now to make this component, to maximize this component, we need to make sine 2 theta as maximum, and its maximum value will be nothing but 1. So f cos theta max will be mg by 2. That's it. It will be mg by 2. So B option has to be the correct answer, right? So this is the way of solving such type of question. Let's figure out. Yes, B option is the correct answer. Let's move to the next. Okay, right? So this is the way of solving this question. Let me repeat it once. See, in this question, the displacement current is given, that is 1 milliampere. The capacitance is given, that is 2 microfarad. We know that Q is equal to CV for the case of capacitor happens, and we know that conventional current and displacement current both are equal. So the current will be found using differentiating this equation. When we differentiate it, capacitance is constant, so it stays as it is. So dq by dt is equal to C dV by dt. And the displacement current is given, the value of displacement current is put, capacitance is put, and we can find out the rate of change of potential difference. That's it. This is the way of solving such type of question. Let's move to the next question. Match the list. Okay, the phase difference between current and voltage in a purely resistive AC circuit. The phase difference is 0. So in the case of resistive circuit, it is 0. Phase difference is 0. The phase difference between current and voltage in a pure inductive AC circuit is pi by 2, we know, but in this case the current actually lags the voltage, so B will be connected to 3, right? So B will be connected to 3. Next, phase difference between current and voltage in a pure capacitive, it leads, and current leads the voltage, so C will be connected to 1. So option A will be the correct answer. Option A is the correct answer. That is enough to find out the answer, right? Let's move to the next question. A proton and alpha particle are accelerated through a potential difference of 100 volt. The ratio of wavelength associated with proton to the alpha particle is. Now, see, the wavelength is connected to the alpha or any particle, that is de Broglie wavelength, is given by this, where P is momenta and H is Planck's constant. And if kinetic energy is given, in that scenario the expression becomes this, right? And if potential difference is given, in that case the kinetic energy is given as charge, rather Q will be used over here, into potential, right? So this is the funda. Now what is the question? Proton and alpha particles are accelerated through a potential difference of 100 volt. The ratio of wavelength associated with the proton to that of alpha particle is, see, the voltage is same, H is same, so lambda proton and lambda alpha particle, it will be equal to mass of proton, charge of proton, mass of alpha particle, charge of alpha particle. So lambda proton and lambda alpha particle, we know that the mass of alpha particle is 4 times the mass of proton, and charge on alpha particle is 2 times the charge on proton, small q, by mass of proton and charge on proton. These will be cancelled out under root 8. So 8 has to be the correct answer. 8 has to be the correct answer. Let's move to the next question. This question says a very long wire carrying a current of 10 ampere is bent at right angles at O. If the magnetic induction at point P perpendicular to the plane of the wire, which is at a distance d from O, is x into 10 raised to the minus 6 Tesla, find the value of x. Okay, now this is important. See, actually the point P is above the paper, right? Or if we draw this on a paper, this wire, this section, right, then the point will be above the paper, okay, and due to which the field will be coming out due to this portion, will be coming out at point P in this direction, suppose, right? And due to this, the field will be coming out to be in this direction, right? So B1 and B2 will be there, and as both the sections are considered to be semi-infinite wires, so the net magnetic field we will be found using vector addition of these two, right? So B equivalent will be equal to B1 plus B2 square, right? But as we know, this is semi-infinite, these are semi-infinite wires, so B1 and B2 will be equal. It will be equal to what? It will be equal to mu naught upon 4 pi I by D, right? So B equivalent will be nothing but it will be equal to B1 root 2, right? And mu naught upon 4 pi I by D into root 2. This will be giving us the correct answer. Now we can put these values, put the values over here. 10 to the power minus 7, the value of current was 10 ampere. The distance is 35 into 10 to the power minus 2 into root 2, that is 1.4. The value of root 2 is 1.4. So when you will be solving it, you will get the answer as 4 into 10 raised to power minus 6. So the correct answer, the value of x will be nothing but it will be equal to 4, right? So this is the way of solving approximately. It will not be exactly, but it will be approximate answer, right? 1.4, 35. Yeah, it will be coming out to be equal to 4 into 10 raised to power minus 6. Okay, so 4 is the correct answer. Let's move to the next question. A particle is moving in a circular path with velocity varying with time as v equal to 1.5 t square plus 2t. The radius of the circular path is 2 centimeter. Then the angular acceleration of the particle at t equal to 2 seconds will be. Now, angular acceleration we need to figure out. Okay. See, the tangential acceleration is nothing but alpha r, right? So from here we can find out the angular acceleration. Tangential acceleration is nothing but dv by dt. So alpha will be equal to dv by dt. What 1 upon r into dv by dt. The derivative of velocity over here will be nothing but it is 3t plus 2 by r, right? T equal to 2 seconds. At t equal to 2 seconds, alpha can be found 3 into 2 plus 2 over the radius is 2 centimeter, and the value of velocity is in meter per second, so we need to convert 2 centimeter into meters. Four into 10 raised to power 2. So the answer is coming out to be equal to 400 radian per second square, right? So the correct answer has to be 400. That's it. Yes, 400 is correct. Let's move to the next question. A meter bridge of 30 ohm resistance is connected in the left gap and a pair of resistance P and Q in the right gap. Okay. Measured from the left, the balance point is 37.5 centimeter when P and Q are in series and 71.4 centimeter when they are parallel. Find the value of P by Q. Okay. So in the first case, the meter bridge in the left hand side has 30 ohm resistance and the balance point has come out to be equal to 37.5, and the P and Q were in series. So equivalent resistance will be P plus Q, and 100 minus 37.5 will be the length, which is proportional to this, right? So this is the first equation. In the second equation, the resistance is 30 only, but the balance point has changed because P and Q both are connected in parallel. So PQ over P plus Q into 100 minus 71.4 will be used. So these are the two equations. Now we need to figure out what will be the ratio of the value of ratio of square of P and Q, right? So over here, this will be coming out to be equal to 30 by 37.5 P plus Q by, this will be nothing but 62.5. So P plus Q from here is 12.5, 5 and 3, 10, 50. So 50 will be the value of P plus Q, right? And we can put this value of P plus Q over here. This 28.6 will be this value, and from here by calculation you can approximately find out the value of P into Q as 600, right? Okay, so now P plus Q and P into Q both are known to us, and we can put the value of P in terms of Q or Q in terms of P over here using these two equations, and we can just find out the value of P and Q, and the value of P and Q will be coming out to be equal to 30 and 20, right? And you can put the values and then squaring can be done, and we will get answer 2 as the correct answer. Okay, so this is how you will be dealing with it. Next question is very simple. A uniform ring of mass m is lying at a distance of √3a from the center of the sphere of mass m, just over the sphere where a is the radius of the ring as well as that of the sphere. Then the gravitational force exerted is this much. Then the value of n you need to figure out. Okay, so gravitational force we need to figure out. Now we can consider this sphere to be the mass of this whole sphere is appears at its center, right? And we can consider this as the sphere is present in the field of this ring. That's it. And the force is nothing but field into mass. That's it. Okay. This is the mass of the sphere. And action reaction pair appears, so both will be having the same force. So the value of field will be for this ring that will be coming out to be equal to G. Masses are same. Capital M. Okay. This is capital M. This is small m. Right. So the value of the field strength will be nothing but it will be equal to right. The value of x will be equal to √3a and r as a. The value of x is √3a and r is a. Okay, so over here G m √3a by a square plus 3a square and power 3 by 2, right? This will lead us to, no, I can write it over here. This will lead us to an expression. See over here in the denominator 4 will be there, and 3 by 2 and 3 by 2 power will lead us to 2 power 3. Okay, so √3 GMM over 8a square. This a and 1a from denominator will be cancelled out. Okay, that's it. So we need to figure out the value of n. N will be nothing but 8. So 8 will be the correct answer. Yes, 8 is the correct answer. So this is how you solve such type of questions. right? Thanks a lot. Thank you. Bye bye. Take care. Have fun and enjoy.
Hello everyone, good afternoon and welcome to this discussion. So students, if I'll talk about first question is which one of the following statement is incorrect. So remember it, highest oxidation state of manganese in fluoride is +4, okay, that is an Mn4, but higher oxidation state in oxide is +7 Mn2O7. See that this is correct, okay, because the reason, if you remember it, because here oxygen can form multiple bonds, okay, multiple bonds. It can form bonds like p pi, as well as it can form like p pi and even d pi also. But in the case of fluoride, it does not form multiple bond. Only one single bond it is going to capable to form. That's why it is showing this +4, and oxygen can reach to even +7. Okay, and if you look at it here, VO2 plus Cr2O7 2 minus and Mn4 minus is the character of oxidizing power. So this is the correct one, oxidizing power. Okay, now next, if I'll say when I minus is oxidized by MnO4 minus in alkaline medium, I minus converted to I2, this statement is incorrect because here I minus converts into IO3, iodate, okay, IO3 minus, okay. So that's why this option is incorrect. So option C is the right answer. Silver nitrate on heating decomposes to two type of paramagnetic gases along with the residue. That these two gases are NO2 and O2. These two gases are NO2 plus O2. So that also it's correct. Okay, so option D is also correct. This is right answer, option C, because this is incorrect. Now, if you look at the next question, so next question is find out the correct product of the reaction. So here, see this reaction here, HBr is written in excess. It's just for your confusion. Okay, most of the time students say, sir, it is in excess. So whenever this is HBr, so it bifurcate into H plus and Br minus. Okay, so now when we proceed for that now, so in this question, basically what is happening, this benzene, if you look at it here, this benzene is showing EAS, electrophilic aromatic substitution. Okay, but here in this electrophilic aromatic substitution is going to be happen, so that's why here it is not going to take. Now first of all, protonation will be there on this oxygen. When protonation is there, so our first initial step during the reaction is oxygen, hydrogen, okay, and as oxygen form 3 bonds, so positive charge comes on his head. Okay, now here again Br minus is nucleophile, and nucleophile, as you already know, attacks on area where electron density is very very less. So this Br minus will go what, this Br minus will, as oxygen takes this electron from this carbon, so Br minus will attack on this carbon. Okay, so when it attacks, so our product looks like, here it is, OH Br. So is there any option matches? C option, B option, A option is not matching. D option, if you look at it here, okay, we'll check again. Just a second. Yeah, B option is matching with this question. Okay, so B option is the right answer for this question. Next, which of the following has zero dipole moment? Okay, so for a dipole moment, basically for it tells dipole moment, explain percentage of ionic character in covalent compounds. Okay, whether they are polar or non-polar, that we are getting from dipole moment condition. So cis-2-butene, if you look at it here, carbon double bond. So here it will show dipole moment. Generally in cis compound they are showing dipole moment. Cis has some dipole moment, but trans, if I'll write trans 2-butene, that has zero dipole moment. So remember it. So it has dipole moment. Now 1,3 dichlorobenzene, if I'll draw, so 1,3, it is also showing dipole moment. Okay, because there is no symmetrical condition, no symmetry. So dipole moment it is also going to possess. Okay. Now, if you look at D option, that is 1,2 dichlorobenzene, that will also have or show, or it has dipole movement. Now, if you look at this one, option C, in this option C, symmetry is there. Okay, if symmetry is present, then there will be zero dipole moment. So right option is option C here. Okay, clear? Next question, that is choose the incorrect option class. So bond energy order is correct here. Okay, incorrect they are saying. So this option is option A is correct here. Cl2, Br2, F2, I2. That is correct bond energy order. Okay. Now thermal stability order. Thermal stability HF, SCl, SBr, HI. That is also properly correct. But if you look at the bond order NH3, PHS3, SH3, SBH3, see here, bond angle order is incorrect. So right option is option C. Why? Because ammonia has more bond angle, then PH3 has, then ASH3, then we have SBH3. Okay, it's not SBH3. Okay, SBH3 has bond angle. Okay, so here due to the Drago rule, if you remember, okay, Drago's rule says that when we go from top to bottom, electronegativity decreases, okay, and electronegativity decreases. And if you remember the bond angle condition, if side atoms are same, okay, if side atoms are same and central atoms are different, so more electronegative atom has more bond angle. Okay, so out of that, nitrogen is more electronegative, so that's why it has more bond angle. Okay, now also when we go from according to Drago's rule, so Drago rule is saying that electronegativity decreases, and it's also, if it is somewhat similar to hydrogen, okay, then bond angle also decreases. Okay, so option C is correct. Boiling point order is obviously it's correct, H2O, H2SE, H2T, and H2S. Okay, so incorrect is option C. That's the right answer for us. Next question, class. Choose the most acidic compound among the following. So this is your phenol. It is also showing acidic behavior. This is your nitro group is attached. This is showing minus M. So due to that, it will show acidic effect more. Now other groups, if you see, this is your carboxylic, and here along with the benzoic acid, this is plus M group is also attached. Plus M effect will be there. Here, if you see, that will also somewhat minus I will work. Okay, and plus M, but minus I is dominating in halogens as compared to plus M. So we will explain this answer on the basis of minus I. Now this is acidic behavior. Here it is less because due to the plus M. Here it is phenol. Now out of NO2 and this, if you compare, so here carboxylic group is a true acidic group. Okay, and due to true acidic group as compared to phenol, this will show more acidic behavior. So right answer is option C is the correct one. Okay, this part we have discussed. Next, the best reagent used for the following conversion. So here what is happening, this acidic group, if you look at it here, this acidic part is transformed into what? This acidic part, just a second. This acidic part, students, transforming into alcoholic part. Okay, so when this part is transforming, this acidic part is transforming into alcoholic part, so here which reagent is best? Remember this LiAlH4, this is a strong reducing agent that can convert what? That can be convert acetone, aldehyde, acid halide into alcohols. Okay, it is reduced into alcohols. Zinc amalgam conc HCl also do the same thing, and N2H2, that is also reduce acetone, aldehyde, and acid into alcohols. But if you look at it, diborane. Okay, this is your diborane. Diborane convert this acidic part. Okay, this acidic part, acid into alcohol, but for acetone reaction here slightly sluggish. Okay, so if it is sluggish means here you can say acetone is inreactive. Okay, inactive for the reaction. Okay, so if it is acetone is sluggish or inactive for the reaction now, so we can say here, what we can say, we can say that acidic part will transform but acetone part will be rare. So right answer is option D. Okay, next question is want Hoff factor that matches with normal colligative property upon abnormal colligative property. Kf is gyroscopic constant. Okay. Then we have P3, Q1. Our solution is same osmotic pressure, that is isotonic. Azotrope solution is same composition of vapor above it. So right answer is option A. Okay. Next question. The atom or group Z in the given reaction, and here foul smell. Okay. See, and chloroform in presence of KOH. Okay. So this reaction is a very important reaction, that is carbylamine reaction. Okay. And here the foul smell that is obtained, that is isocyanide group will attach on benzene. Okay. So here which group will react? So here aniline react with chloroform and gives you phenyl isocyanide compound. Okay, so that's the foul smell. Okay, next, in the titration of HCl and NaOH, methyl orange is used as an indicator the color changes observed in. Okay, so if I'll talk about the color change observed in presence of methyl orange, okay, with HCl and NaOH reaction. So first of all, HCl and NaOH reaction here happening is a strong acid and strong base. They are reacting, and during the reaction, we can say methyl orange here. See this one. This methyl orange, basically what we are doing, has a pH transition from pH 3.1. It has pH range from 3.1 to 4.4, I can say. Okay, so here 3.1 to 4.4, then meaning it changes from color red to yellow in this range. Okay, so it is going to from red to yellow color change. If it is changing from red to yellow class in the titration of HCl with NaOH, the equivalence point is what? The equivalence point is at pH. See, point of equivalence that you are writing, that is 7 for strong acid plus strong base, equivalence point is 7. But since methyl orange changes color before reaching to 7, so color change occurs before the equivalence point. So before the equivalence point is the right answer. Option B is correct. Next question. Match the column with this one. Okay. So here S2O3 2 minus is your tetrahedral. Okay. Then NiCO4 is square planar. C3O2 is linear. Okay, and then this one, just a second, here we can say, just a second, D4, sorry, D4 is tetrahedral. D4 is not this one. Okay, so NiCO4 is tetrahedral. This one is also tetrahedral. A4, D4, B is pyramidal, and C is 2. So right option D. See here, S minus, okay, and then double bond O. Okay, class. Or else, if you want, you can write this structure in such a way so that you don't have any problem. Two minus, okay, and then NiCO4 that is your tetrahedral. C3 O2, okay, and last is your, that is ClO3 minus structure. That is also simple. ClO3 minus is your Cl double bond O double bond O, okay, and one also you can say basically this one O minus minus, okay. This is the way that you have to represent. Next, benzene react with this, and in presence of aluminum chloride X is the major product. So here this is Friedel-Crafts alkylation, and Friedel-Crafts alkylation follows the carbocation. Carbocation will rearrange itself when there will be rearrangement. So more stable carbocation condition. So now if this will take the electron, so here what will be the condition? This is the positive charge. Now this carbon has one hydrogen also, so there will be hydride shift. Okay, after that we can say hydride shift. Okay, when the hydride shift will be there, so we can say there is a positive charge, okay, and hydrogen will attach here. Okay, if hydrogen will attach here, now this part I have to attach to my benzene. Okay, if this part attaches to benzene, so reaction will be this one. So benzene attaches with this, and then the upcoming answer for this reaction is your option C is the right answer. Okay, option C is right. This part we have to attach, okay, and we will get option C. Option C is the right answer. Okay, class. Next, the species that does not undergo disproportionation reaction. So for disproportionation reaction, like a compound or molecule reduce and oxidize itself. Okay, reduce or oxidize itself. Is that clear for the disproportionation reaction, class? Now, during this, if one interesting point, if molecule is already in its max oxidation number, it only reduce, does not oxidize, so does not show disproportionation. Are you getting my point? Okay, now Cl2 0, so definitely it will go disproportionation. H2O2 will also show disproportionation. BrO2 minus S will also show disproportionation. It can reduce, it can oxidize. Okay, but MnO4 minus, here most oxidation number of manganese is +7, so it is already in its maximum oxidation number. That's why it is not able to oxidize. It can reduce, so not show disproportionation. So that's why option B is the appropriate answer for this question. Next question, the chalcogen with highest negative electron gain enthalpy, that is sulfur, because electron gain enthalpy, as you already know, the amount of energy released when we add an electron in an isolated gaseous element atom, that is electron gain enthalpy. Okay, and generally in your mind it will come, sir, why not oxygen? So oxygen size is very small, so very small size, repulsion will be there. Okay, due to the repulsion, it is unstable. If it is unstable, then what we can say? It is unstable, then we can say here what? That electron gain enthalpy should be less. So order is sulfur. Even it is more unstable, that sulfur, selenium, thalonium, polonium, and this is the electron gain enthalpy order. Okay, correct order. So right answer is option C, 13. Next, increasing the value of magnetic moment for the following species. Magnetic moment here FeCN64 minus. So Fe atomic number 26. Then oxidation number it is +2. So organ 18 4s2 and 3d6. 3d6 means Fe +2. If I'll write, that is organ 18 4s0 3d6, and in 3d6 if we will draw 1 2 3 4 5 6, due to the strong field ligand, as Cn is a strong field ligand, So due to the strong field ligand, what will happen? Pairing will be there. Okay, if pairing is there, okay. So during this, what we are going to do? This will jump here. This will so availability. So there will be no unpaired electron. So here it is 0 in Fe Cn6 4 minus 0 unpaired electron. Same Fe Cn6 3 minus oxidation number. Fe will show if Fe is showing plus 3 oxidation number, then organ 18 4s0 3d5. 3d5 means here one unpaired electron will be there. Okay, so one unpaired electron in chromium ns36 3 plus, so chromium 24 organ 18 4s1 3d5 1, it will become 0 after chromium 3 plus organ 18 4s0, okay, 4s0, and here it will become what? Here it is your 3d4 4s0, and here we will get 3d3, and here we field again, so 3 unpaired electron, and here in Ni it is this one Ni and 206 2 plus, that will become your 2 unpaired electrons. So who has more number of unpaired electron? That is 3. So 3 4 2 1. So right answer is option D. Okay, and magnetic moment is also according to that, because the easy way to magnetic moment is whatever the number of electron and 0.75. If you are adding 0.75 in that, you will get the magnetic moment very easily. Okay, so this question done class. Now next question is the longest carbon oxygen bond length will be with. See, for carbon oxygen bond length, remember it, metal and carbon bond length, if it is greater sorry, bond length greater, then bond order is less. So one thing, second point, for metal, this one, the metal carbonyl bond length, when it is great, when metal has more charge density. If metal has more charge density, then more metal carbonyl E upon P ratio, and more metal carbonyl E upon P ratio, so more will be its bond length. So here it has less. Oh, so right answer is option D, because TiCO6 2 minus, here Ti 2 minus has more charge density, then V minus has charge density. Okay, so D option is the right answer for this question. Next question class, the standard reduction potential for Zn plus 2 and Zn, this Zn plus 2 to Zn and Ni plus 2 to Ni and Ni Fe plus 2 upon Fe are this reaction x plus y plus 2 plus gives x plus 2 n plus y will be non-spontaneous when. So non-spontaneous. Okay, so now first of all we can say if we have Zn plus Ni plus 2 and it gives us Zn plus 2 plus Ni. Okay, E naught, if you calculate, E naught is equal to E naught of Ni plus 2 to Ni minus E naught of Zn plus 2 to Zn. That will become nickel is minus 0.23 minus 0.76, so it will become plus 0.53 volt. So here positive value shows that the process is spontaneous. Okay, now here rest of all non spontaneous, because for that we will get what? We will get negative values. See here, if we will calculate class, so for E naught, that is minus of 0.44 minus 0.23, that will become minus of 0.21. Next, minus of 0.76 minus, this is 0.23 minus of 0.53. Next, minus of 0.76 minus 0.44, that is minus of 0.32. Okay, so that's why option, if we will mark here, that is 1, 2 and 3 is the right answer. Okay, B option is correct. Next question, class. So next question is, we have 0.2 gram of organic compound was analyzed by Kjeldahl's method. Ammonia evolved was absorbed in 60 ml and 60 normal 60 ml n by 5 H2SO4. Unused acid require 40 ml of n by 10 NaOH for complete neutralization. Find the percentage of hydrogen in the compound. So here first of all we can say unused is 40 ml n by 10 sodium hydroxide. So acid used for absorption of ammonia, okay, that is 60 minus 20, that will become what, is equals to ml n by 5 sulfuric acid, okay, is equals to 40 n by 5 H2SO4. Now Kjeldahl's method calculation formula 1.4 into n into volume upon weight of organic compound. So 1.4 into this will become what? This is your 1 upon 5 into 40 upon 0.2. So if you calculate further, this will become 1.4 into 40, that is 56%. Okay. So if we are getting 56%, now we have to match whether any option has 56% or not. Okay. So when we are matching here, class, so which option is appropriate? So here the right answer is option B is correct. Okay. Next question. Okay, so here which is true about this reaction. So here this is your reaction C double bond C CH3 H H CH3 in reaction happening in alkaline KMnO4 Bayer's reagent, okay, that test whether the carbon compound is saturated or unsaturated. So here diol will form, and that diol is like this in presence of this, and this is syn addition. Okay, same side groups will be attached and same side. So this is going to be meso compound because they are chiral, but they are having a plane of symmetry, so they are meso compound. They are optically inactive now. Okay, so we can say here this meso compound, okay, will be showing syn addition. Is there any syn addition? See, this is anti not right answer. Racemic mixture is also not there. So option A is correct, but here it is written 1 2, so you should correct it. This is going to be 1 2 3. Sorry, 2 comma 3. This is 2 comma 3 butane diol. Okay, 2 comma 3 butane diol. That is the right answer. Okay, 2 comma 3 butane diol. Option A is appropriate for this question. Next question, class. So here tertiary butyl oxide and ethoxide. Tertiary butyl oxide, if you remember, this is bulky base, and when we use bulky base, so which product will form? Hoffman product is your major product. Hoffman product is major, but it is unstable. Okay, because this bulky base only abstract the hydrogen from first carbon that is easily available. Okay, it's not go for the middle one that form more stable alkene. Okay, so that's the reason first product reaction is this one is the first product reaction. Now ethoxide, this is like smaller base or a strong base. Also this is strong base and smaller in size. So here it can easily take out the hydrogen from any middle of the carbon. So here ZF product is your major. ZF product means more stable alkene. How to check more stable alkene? More hyperconjugated hydrogens are there. So here product is your this product. This one is the formations option. Let's check. Option B is correct. Okay. Next questions. Standard enthalpy formation of acetone is minus 250 kg per mole. What is the standard enthalpy of combustion in combustion of acetone? Delta. This one is given. So first of all, write the equation that would be helpful for you. So acetone C3H6O plus in presence of oxygen, combustion is there. So 3 moles of CO2 plus 3 moles of water will form. So enthalpy of combustion, that will become 3 times of enthalpy of formation of CO2 plus 3 times of enthalpy of formation of water minus 3 here we can say enthalpy of formation of C3H6O. Okay, and oxygen we can take as a standard value. So now when we proceed for that question, so we will say 3 times of minus 394 plus 3 times of minus 286 minus 250 kilojoule per mole. So here it is going to be, when we solve this, so this will become 3 minus of 394 plus 3 minus 280 minus 250. So it is minus of 2040 plus 250. So finally it is minus of 1790. So 1790 is the right answer. Option B is the correct one. Next question, class. A first order reaction has a rate constant given half-life. Very simple. Half-life of first order T1 by 2, that is 0.693 by K. So here 0.693 upon 6.93 into 10 to the power minus 2. So it's very simple. Just solve. You will get 10 seconds is the right answer. Okay, so right answer is 10 seconds. 10 is the right answer. Next question, 22, the number of water molecule required for complete hydrolysis of the given peptide. So for that, how to check? So remember it, number of peptide bond is equals to number of water molecule required for the hydrolysis. And you know that during that peptide bond, carboxylic and amine group, they will combine, and removal of water molecule will be there, and they will form a peptide bond. Okay, clear? That is a peptide bond. And during that hydrolysis of peptide, so we again require water molecule. So here total number of peptide bond, this one, okay, and this one 2, 3, 4. So total 4 peptide bonds. So 4 molecules of water is required. So 4 is the right answer. Next question. At 298 Kelvin, so H3PO4 dissociate, K1, K2, and K3 is given. So K answer we have to find. So overall, this finally H3PO4 to till go to the direct phosphate plus 3H. So direct they're asking K. So K is when you add this reaction, so addition. So it is K1 into K2 into K3. This is the equilibrium concept. Okay. So now K will become what? That is 4 into 10 to the power 5. And this is 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 12 into 2 into 10 to the power minus 16. Now 4 into 1.6 into 2 into 10 to the power, this is going to be 5 minus 12 minus 16. So finally it is coming 4 to the 8 and then multiply with 1.6. It is 12.8 into 10 to the power minus 23. And if we equate the nearest integer, so it is 13. 13 into 10 to the power minus 23. So 13 is the right answer for K. Okay, students. Next question. The volume in ml of 0.01 molar HCl required to completely neutralize 40 ml of 0.1 molar NaOH is x into 10 to the power 2 ml. The value of x is what? So the value of x, how to find? See, the volume of what? The volume of 0.01 molar HCl required to completely neutralize 40 ml of 0.1 molar NaOH is this one. Okay, so volume of x, so we can use the formula m1 v1 is equals to m2 v2. So 0.01 into v1 is equals to 40 into 0.1. v1 will get 40 into 0.1 upon 0.01. Okay, so v1 we will get 400 ml. So this will x into the power 2. So this is going to be 4. 4 is the right answer for this question. Okay. Next and last question, class, that is the de Broglie wavelength of electron present in second core orbit of hydrogen atom is pi a naught round off. So simple. This is de Broglie. We can apply it to pi r is equals to n lambda. And in place of that second core orbit, we can write r. We have to write 0.53 for hydrogen atom. So 2 pi into 0.53 into 2 is equals to lambda. And now if we will solve this numerical, okay, that is we have written 2 pi into 0.53 into 2 is equals to lambda, and when we solve, so lambda will become what? So lambda is equals to 2 finally. So 2 is the right answer for that question. So that's it for this test discussion class. I hope every question is clear to you. Okay, I hope you have given your best. That's it from my side. Thank you, everyone. Good day.
I hope all of you have given this test and have got amazing marks as well. We'll be quickly going through the questions. We'll also understand which questions you should have solved and which are the questions which are best left either untouched or like towards the very end you could basically try this. Okay. Here's the very first question. Now, this is a very interesting and a very simple question, but you need a bit of observation over here. Now, what you have been told is summation r equal to 0 to 10 minus 1 power r 10 cr 1 upon 3 power r and 8 upon 9 power r. See, this should directly kind of give you an idea on, we know that 1 plus x or rather 1 minus x power n may also, I know that I have a very similar result, right? Summation r equal to 0 to n minus 1 power r ncr into x power r. Isn't this what we have in the expansion of 1 minus x power n? If you look at it closely, it's the same expansion used 2 times. Basically, if you break along the plus sign, you'll get summation r equal to 0 to 10 minus 1 power r into 10 cr 1 by 3 power r plus summation r equal to 0 to 10 minus 1 power r 10 cr 8 upon 9 power r. 3 squares 9. I can just write it directly as such. So what is this? This is nothing but 1 minus 1 by 3 power n, which is 10, plus you have over here 1 minus 8 by 9 power 10. So what is this? This is 2 power 10 upon 3 power 10, plus what you have over here 1 upon 9 power 10 or 1 upon 3 square power 10, which is 1 upon 3 power 20 over here. LCM is 3 power 20, and what you have 2 power 10 into 3 power 10 plus 1 divided by 3 power 20. That's 6 power 10 plus 1 upon 3 power 20. That's option D will be the answer for this question. A plain and simple basics question over here. Okay. Moving on. What do we have here? You have an ellipse x square upon a square plus y square upon b square. A greater than b, meaning eccentricity is root of 1 minus, let's say eccentricity square is 1 minus b square upon a square. You have been told that there is a point AE comma b square. You have a point AE comma b square. It is the same as the foot of perpendicular from this point 1 comma 5 on this line. Okay, let's try getting this foot of perpendicular. So 1 comma 5, you have x plus 4y minus 3 equals to 0. I know the foot of perpendicular formula. If this is alpha comma beta, it will be alpha minus 1 divided by coefficient of x 1 equal to beta minus 5 divided by coefficient of y, that is 4, equals to minus of, substitute 1 comma 5, so 1 plus 20 minus 3 divided by 1 square plus 4 square, that is 17 is the expression that you will get. Okay, na? So from here I can say what is alpha. Alpha, over here I have 21 minus 3 minus 18 by 17. So 1 minus 18 by 17 will be minus 1 by 17, and beta jo hai, that will be minus plus 5 and minus 36, 72 by 17 over here, that's 85. 85, that should be 13 by 17 over here. Okay? So this is your alpha and beta ka value, which means from here I can say that my A jo hai, that is minus 1 upon 17, and my B square jo hai, that is equal to 13 upon 17 directly over here. Okay? This is the expression, this is the condition that I have basically over here. Acha, now from this A equal to 1 minus 1 by 17, I can say A square into E square is equal to 1 upon 289. A square I can cancel it out, and I can say A square minus B square, which is 13 by 17, is equal to 1 upon 289, which means A square is equal to what? That is 13 by 17. 13 by 17 is 13 into 17 plus 1 divided by 289. That's 1070 and 51. That's 221. 222 divided by 289. This is your A square over here. So we have got our A square and we have got our B square over here. So now the question is, what is the value of eccentricity is what you have to find out. So eccentricity ka square jo hai, that is simply 1 minus B square is 13 by 17 divided by 222 by 289. And cancel one of the 17 over here. This will be equal to 1 minus 17 into 13, that's 221 divided by 222. That's 222 minus 221, 1 upon 222. That's your E square. What is 1 upon E square? That will be simply 222. Option B will be the answer for this question. Okay, everyone? So option B, 222 will be the answer over here. Moving on, what do we have next? If A denotes the number of permutation of n different things taken all at a time. So permutation of n objects is simply n factorial. So A is n factorial. B is permutation of n minus 2 different things taken 10 at a time. Permutation NPR is n factorial upon n minus r factorial. So this will be n minus 2 factorial upon n minus 2 minus 10, that is n minus 12 factorial. And what is your C? Is the permutation of n minus 12 items taken all at a time, that is n minus 12 ka factorial. So from here I can say that A, which is n factorial, is equal to 182 into B, which is n minus 2 factorial upon n minus 12 factorial, into C, which is n minus 12 factorial. cancels out. N factorial and n minus 2 factorial को you can cancel, leaving you with n into n minus 1. And 182 जो है, that is simply 14 into 13. So factorize you can do, and you'll get 14 into 13 as the value of n into n minus 1, which means by observation I can say n has to be equal to 14 over here. Minus 13 also works, but obviously n is a positive number, or rather non-negative number, so I can say n has to be 14. Okay. Chalo, moving on. What do we have? You have a cubic polynomial y equal to f of x such that minus 1 comma 3 and 1 comma minus 1 are the local maxima and local minima. Basically minus 1 and 1 are the critical point. So can I say कि जो f dash of x है, that will be some lambda times x minus 1 into x plus 1, right? Because 1 and minus 1 are the critical points, so some lambda into x minus 1 x plus 1 will be the f dash of x ka expression. So which means can I say f of x जो है, that is, अच्छा, what is this? This is x square minus 1, right? So if I integrate, I'll get lambda times x cube by 3 minus x plus the constant of integration. This is the expression that you will get. Now you have, achha, now how will I get lambda and c ka value? I know that f of minus 1 is 3 and f of 1 is equal to minus 1. So I can say that f of minus 1, which will be equal to lambda times minus 1 by 3 plus 1 plus c, this is equal to 3, and f of 3, which is equal to lambda times, oh sorry, what am I taking? F of 1, which is equal to lambda times 1 by 3 minus 1 plus c is equal to minus 1. Now subtract these two expressions. What do you get? That's 2 by 3 lambda and minus 2 by 3 lambda. That's 4 by 3 lambda. C minus c 0 equals to 3 minus of minus 1, that is 4. So lambda ka value you will get from here as equal to 3. Lambda equal to 3, substitute in any of the expression. So 2 by 3 lambda, that will be equal to 2 plus c equals to 3. So from here I can say that c ka value jo hai, that is equal to 1. So I've got lambda and c ka value. Question is, what is the value of f of 2? F of 2 will be equal to 3 times 8 by 3 minus 1 plus 1. What is this equal to? This is 3 gets cancelled out. 5 plus 1, I believe 6 should be the answer for this question over here. Okay, so option A, 6 will be the answer for this question over here. Basic manipulation is all that you have to do. Oh, is this the answer? Not D, no? Oh, this should be minus 2. X cube by 3 minus x is the function, so this should be minus 2 over here. So 8 by 3 minus 2, and that will be equal to your 6. That's 2 plus 1, which will be 3. Option D will be the answer, not option A. Be careful with the calculation, everyone. So calculation mistakes can happen to anyone, and if you are not careful and in a hurry, you might end up making these mistakes. And there was an option, not sure how they got that exact option C, which is a possible mistake which can be made. Alrighty, let's move on. What do you have? You have inverse of a matrix given to you. You need to find determinant of adjoint of 2A and determinant of 2A. That's way too simple of a concept. First of all, we need a determinant of A inverse. So for that, let's create zeros over here. Let's go for column 1 becomes column 1 minus column 2. Let's subtract it. So you'll have 0 minus 2, 0. Then 1, 600, 1, 8, 99 over here. So expand about column 1. So expanding about column 1, minus of minus, because the cofactor will have a minus sign. So 2 into 99 minus 100. That is minus 2 is the determinant of A inverse. Now I know that determinant of A into A inverse is an identity matrix. So I can say determinant of A is 1 upon determinant of A inverse. That is 1 upon minus 2. Okay? So determinant of A jo hai, that's 1 upon minus 2. I have got this much information. Now determinant of adjoint of 2A. Can I say that's determinant of 2A power n minus 1, which is 2, plus determinant of 2A, if I'm talking about 2 will come outside, but it will have a power n where n is the order. So that's 2 cube into determinant of A. So this is 2 cube into determinant of A. Over here you have what? 2 cube into determinant A ka whole square plus 2 cube into minus 1 by 2 is the expression. So what is this? This is 2 cube into 1 by 2, that's 2 square. 2 square ka whole square, that's 2 power 4. 2 power 4 will be 16. And 16 minus 2 square, that is 16 minus 4. 12 should be the answer for this question. That's the answer, yeah. Option B, 12 will be the answer over here. Okay, so get the determinant of A inverse. You can get the determinant of A from there, and the entire question they're just asking manipulated versions of determinant. Okay, adjoint of determinant, determinant of 2A, all the works. Okay, what do we have? This is the easiest type of question. Always use Newton theorem over here. What does the Newton theorem say? That way, if I have any such result where there's an expression Pn, which is alpha power n minus beta power n, where alpha beta are the roots, I can say that for the quadratic equation, x square will be replaced with n plus 1. Minus of x will be minus of Pn minus n and minus 4 into x power 0 will be minus 4 into Pn minus 1 equal to 0. From here, I have a very simple result. It is Pn plus 1 minus Pn is equal to 4 times Pn minus 1. Now, where are we going to use this? See that very soon. Now, in the numerator bit, which is P15, P16 minus P14, P16 minus P15 square plus P14 square, I can factorize this like taking P16 into P15 minus P14 minus P15 into P15 minus P14. So what will this give you? This will give you P16 minus P15 into P15 minus P14 into P15 minus P14 divided by P13 into P14. Now, what is P16 minus P14? Here, can you see that we have simply taken n equal to 15. So n equal to 15, if you put, you will get 4 times P15 minus 1, 14. Multiplied by P15 minus P14, mein n is equal to 14. So that's 4 times P14 minus 1, that's P13. Divided by P13, P14 over here. Cancel, cancel. You get what? 16. Option B will be the answer for this question. This is one of the easiest type of question that you can get. Quadratic equation में Newton theorem is something that's used extensively. Anytime you have any general term, it looks something like this: a into alpha power n plus minus b into beta power n. Any expression of this format where alpha, beta are the roots, a, b, and n are any constants that you have over here, you can always use Newton theorem in these cases. Okay. Chalo, moving on. All right. So you have an unbiased die which is marked with -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, 3 on its faces. It is thrown 5 times. The probability that the product of outcomes is positive. The product of outcomes ke liye, the only thing that we care about is whether the number is positive or negative, right? Because I need even number of negative outcomes. The only condition that I have is I need an even number of negative outcomes. Positive outcomes can come anyways. The outcome has to be positive, so 0 also is not allowed. Okay? So basically, I just need what is the probability of a negative outcome. Negative outcome ka probability is 2 by 6. And what is the probability of a positive outcome? What is the probability of a positive outcome? Positive outcome ka probability is 3 by 6 over here. Okay? This is 1 by 3. This is 1 by 2. Now simply, how many cases can I create over here? Total probability of it. How many cases can I create? I can have negative numbers. Negative number ka count we will work. So I can have 0 negative numbers. I can have 0 negative numbers which are selected, which means negative number wala part 1 by 3 power 0, and all of the numbers have to be positive. So 1 by 2 power 5, all of the 5 throws. And I'm selecting how many negative? Output 0, because I can also rearrange, right? So 5C 0, 1 by 3 power 0, 1 by 2 power 5. Then I will consider the negative numbers. I'll take 2 negative numbers. Then also outcome will be positive. So select any 2 of the 5 throws. I will make them negative. So for that, I need 1 by 2 ka square and remaining, 1 by 3 ka square. 1 by 3 ka square, and remaining jo 3 outcomes hai, they have to be obviously positive. Plus, now I can take 4 negative numbers, that's 5C4 into 1 by 3 power 4 into 1 by 2 power 1. Simple application of total probability over here. I've taken all the cases possible over here. I can have 0 negative numbers, I can have 2 negative numbers, I can have 4 negative numbers, not even total, just direct cases we have taken over here. All possible cases where the desired outcome can be reached. Okay? This gives you answer. I believe this is going to be very calculative. I'll directly show you the answer bit itself. So you have to calculate this out. 1 by 2 power 5 wala part, take the LCM and everything. So finally the answer comes out as 521 upon 2592 over here. So after looking at that calculation bit, it's a bit of a dicey area actually. It is calculatable. It is a little tedious work too. So if you're confident in your calculation, quickly you can do the, then yes, you can try this out, try this question out. Okay? Or at least towards the end, this is a must do question, because even calculation bit it is simple multiplication and fraction ka addition itself, just a little bit higher number. Okay? And as the options also I can see are very separated out, there's very less chance of you making a very big error. So it's a good question to attempt. Moving on, what do we have here? You have integral root of cos theta upon theta minus theta upon cos theta sine theta d theta. Let's try to remove this root. Let's take the LCM. LCM will be root of theta cos theta. And in the numerator, root cos theta will become cos theta minus root theta will become theta into sine theta, integral d theta over here. Now, why is this handy? Because this cos theta minus theta sine theta we have gotten is nothing but the derivative of theta into cos theta. So if I put this as equal to t, what I will get is dt upon root of t. And what is root t ka integral? That is 2 root t plus c, which is 2 times root of theta cos theta plus c. So this is like the easiest question you can ever expect in your JEE exam. Way too simple, straightforward stuff like that. Okay? So 2 root t plus c, 2 root of theta cos theta plus c will be the answer over here. Alright, moving on. Okay, alright. So, what do we have in this question? Whenever we have something like a fractional part and continuity limits and anything else, just check left hand limit, right hand limit wala part. That's all you have to work on. Now here you have been given that f of pi by 2 jo hai, that is given to you as equal to 1. Let's talk about right hand limit. What will I get? I'll get cos of fractional part cos pi by 2 plus. Now cos pi by 2 plus mein, what is the value of cos pi by 2 plus? It's a tiny negative number, right? So basically sine of fractional part of minus 0.00001. What is the fractional part of this expression going to be? It is basically nearly sine of minus 1. Basically 0.999 plus 0.999999 you will get. Nearly I can say that fractional part will be equal to what? 1. Divided by pi by 2 plus minus pi by 2. This is a sine 1 upon 0 ka form, right? Numerator is non-zero, denominator is 0. This limit doesn't exist. This limit itself doesn't exist. Okay, everyone, is the idea clear? The moment I can see that right hand limit doesn't exist, so limit will not exist over here. Option C will be the answer for this question. Straightforward, nothing else we have to even look at. All right, and most of the cases, the fractional part of greatest integral function you will get somewhere on the lines. You have to just check at those integral values wherein you will get a limit not exist itself, like majority of the times. Let's move on. Let's have a look at this one. Another limits question. Okay. So if I slightly manipulate this, I can write this as a into 1 minus x, or I can write this as minus a into x minus 1 divided by sine x minus 1 plus x minus 1. Everything, and here also 1 minus root x ka 1 square minus root x ka square, hai na? So I can write this as 1 minus root x into 1 plus root x divided by 1 minus root x. You can cancel 1 minus root x and you get 1 plus root x. Here, doesn't it give you a very good feeling like, yeah, I can see x minus 1, just divide by x minus 1 throughout. Just divide by x minus 1 throughout. So when you divide by x minus 1 throughout, directly you will get sine x minus 1 upon x minus 1, 1 minus a divided by 1 plus 1 whole power 1 plus 1 equals to 1 by 4. So what do you have? You have 1 minus a ka square divided by 4. I will cancel, equals to 1. What all values of a are acceptable? I can have a equals to 0, or I can have a equals to 2. They're both acceptable. The largest non-negative value will be a equals to 2. Option B will be the answer for the question. Okay, a very straightforward limit, directly standard limit ka application, nothing else over here. Move on. You can't ask for easier questions than this, right? Variance of 1, 2, 2, 3 you want to find. So what is variance? Sum of squares. So 1 plus 4 plus 4 plus 9 divided by 4 minus mean, which is 1 plus 2 plus 2 plus 3 divided by 4 ka whole square over here. So what is this? That's 18 by 4, that's 4.5 minus what do you have? 8 by 4, 2 ka square, that is 4. So 4.5 minus 4, that is equal to 0.5. Lambda will be what? It will be 1 by 2. So what is log of 1 by 2 to the base 1 by 2? Directly 1. So guys, this paper, at least for now, I believe has been really easy question. At least 8 questions were really doable, and even the 3 slightly calculative questions were still doable, only not something like a very tedious task. Okay, what do we have here? Multinomial theorem ka question hai. A plus b plus c power 8 mein a square. There's a problem over here, right? Because a square b cube c power 4 hai. We know that in multinomial theorem, the sum of the variables, that a b c ka jo variable hai, that has to be always equal to whatever power you have. But here the sum is 9. It's not equal to 8. That's bigger power, which is not possible. It's like saying x plus y ke square mein there's a x cube wala term, which is never going to happen, right? So similarly, this statement 1 is directly false. So we don't really even have to look at anything else. You can say that yes, statement 1 is directly false over here. That's the answer. See, what is missing? Statement 2 is right, and this simple sa term, powers ka sum equal to n, that term is missing in the first statement, which is why it has become a false statement over here. Okay, everyone, I hope the idea is clear. Moving on. Okay, see the set of all complex number. Z1, Z2 belongs to complex number, from complex number to complex number ka relation hai. Z1 minus Z2 upon Z1 plus Z2 is real. Okay, for reflexive, 1, 1, 2, 2, everywhere I'm getting 0. There's no problem, but there's one term which will cause a problem. 0 is a complex number. 0, 0 mein 0 minus 0 upon 0 plus 0 is a real number, is a false statement. 0 by 0 doesn't exist over here. So that means 0, 0 is not part, making it not a reflexive relation, which means it is not equivalence also. And this is good. Why? Because now I don't have to check transitive, the hard work of Z1, Z2, Z2, Z3, then Z1, Z3 is there or not. Too much tedious work. I will only check symmetry. And to check symmetry, kya karenge? I'll say that Z1, Z2 belongs to this set. So Z1 minus Z2 divided by Z1 plus Z2. If this is a real number, can I say if I put a minus sign on top of this, any real number it will have a negative compare of itself, will also be a real number. And what is this? This is nothing but Z2 minus Z1 upon Z2 plus Z1 is also real, which means if Z1, Z2 is part of the relation, Z2, Z1 will also be part of the relation. Hence, it is a symmetric relation. I can say option B will be the answer for this question. Okay? Plain and simple, a very interesting question over here. Moving on. Okay, Coni's theorem. So you have a complex number Z1, which is a root 3 plus, it's not a good angle that we have. Okay, so you have root 3 comma 2, I should draw it a little bit more, doesn't matter. Root 3 comma 2 root 2 is your A point. Then after moving it by angle pi by 6, because you have been told that Z2 jo hai, it is argument Z1 plus pi by 6. So after moving pi by 6 angle, it might come here, it might not come here. So let's consider here only pi by 6. I am getting Z2. And Z2 ka modulus jo hai, that is modulus Z1 upon root 3. What is modulus of Z1? Modulus of Z1 is root of root 3 ka square, 3 plus 8, that's root 11. And root 11 means over here I can say Z2 ka jo modulus hai, that is root of 11 by 3. This is root 11, this is root 11 by 3. So no equal over here. And then I have this Z2, entire complex number I can say, what is this equal to? This is modulus Z2 upon Z1, which is 1 by root 3 into this Z1 complex number root 3 plus 2 root 2 iota. I'm using Coni's theorem into e power iota pi by 6, which is cos pi by 6 plus iota sin pi by 6 plus iota into 1 by 2 over here. This is your Z2 wala complex number over here, 1 by root 3 into root 3 plus 2 root 2 iota into root 3 plus 1 divided by 2 wala expression over here. Okay, so now area, scale and triangle, obtuse angle, isosceles. So everything kind of I've gotten two sides. Let's get the third side as well. So from here I can get some analysis over here. From here I can do some analysis, some logic I can work out over here. Okay, area also I can check that half into AB sine wala jo rule hai. Using that area wale both options I can directly eliminate, which means I do need the sine ka value. I do need the third side to identify if it's a scalar or if it's an isosceles triangle. If there was an equilateral triangle wala option, I could have eliminated that and directly said the other one will be the answer, but that's not the case. So I will have to go with finding Z2 minus Z1. Okay. So first of all, what is Z2 over here? Let's go for Z2 minus Z1 directly. Can I do directly Z2 minus Z1? Let's see. So this root 3 plus 2 root 2 iota to same hoga, multiplied by I have 1 by 2 plus iota upon 2 root 3 minus Z1, which is, hold on a second, have I messed something up? What is this? Root 3 plus 2 root 2 iota into 1 by 2 plus iota upon 2 root 3 minus Z1, which is root 3 plus 2 root 2 iota, right? So just a minus 1, right? Just a minus 1 that will be left out over here. Okay, so what does this give you? This gives you root 3 plus 2 root 2 iota multiplied by, what do you have over here? Minus 1 by 2 plus iota upon 2 root 3. Minus 1 by 2 iota upon 2 root 3. This is the expression that you will get. So from here I can simplify this out. Slightly better than finding exact value of Z2 and then subtracting. Little bit calculation effort you can reduce using this. Okay, now what do we have? We have root 3 plus 2 root 2 iota multiplied by, in the numerator over here, what will you get? Minus root 3 plus iota divided by 2 root 3 wala expression. So yes, let's get the modulus part for this 3 plus 2 root 2 iota minus root 3 plus iota upon 2 root 3 over here. We'll directly use the modulus ka property itself over here. I can say that this is equal to root of 9 plus 8 multiplied by root of, you will get your 3 plus 1 wala, 3 plus 1 wala part over here divided by 2 root 3 is the direct expression that you're gonna get at this point over here. Sorry, this is root 3 plus iota, right? Yeah, root 3 plus 2 root 2 iota. So that's root of 3 plus 1. Root of 3 plus 1 divided by this. I can cancel the two of them out. And what do I have over here? I have root 11 by root 3 over here. What is root 11 by root 3? That's nothing but the same as this root 11 by root 3 side over here, which means these two angles are going to be equal, pi by 6, 30 degree, which means the other one is going to be 120 degree or 2 pi by 3. So I can say that yes, it's a obtuse angle isosceles triangle over here. Option D will be the answer for this question. Okay, so option D will be the answer over here, a plain and simple direct summation. All right, moving on. What do we have now? You have A intersection B intersection C of 3 sets given to you as empty sets, and if all of these sets asymmetric difference of B, what is asymmetric difference of B? That is basically n of A union B minus n of A intersection B, which you can write it as n of A plus n of B minus n of A intersection B. That's minus 2 times n of A intersection B wala expression over here. Okay, and you have been told that this is equal to 100. Similarly, n of A plus n of B minus 2 times, sorry, n of A plus n of C, let's take n of A plus n of C minus 2 times n of A intersection C. This is also equal to 100. And similarly, n of B plus n of C minus 2 times n of B intersection C, this is also given to you as equal to 100. So if you add all three of them up, what will you get? You will get 2 times n of A plus n of B plus n of C minus n of A intersection B minus n of A intersection C minus n of B intersection C equals to 300. Equals to 300 over here. This is the expression that you get. And now, why is this term important over here? If you look at this, this is nothing but your A union B union C ka formula. If you add n of A intersection B intersection C, but that's anyways equal to 0, so it doesn't really impact. I can say that yes, n of A union B union C jo hai, that is going to be simply equals to 150 over here. That's the answer for this question. Option C right here. Okay? Option C will be the answer for this question over here. Plain and simple, basic sum and die. Okay? Moving on. What do we have here? You have f of x is a function 1 plus x power n, f of 0 plus f dash of 0, f double dash of 0 divided by their corresponding factorial. You have to find this value over here. Okay? First of all, what will be f of 0 equal to? F of 0 will be simply 1. What will f dash of 0 be equal to? Derivative is n into 1 plus x power n minus 1. So that will give you simply n. Then f double dash of 0 upon 2 factorial. What will this be? This will be n into n minus 1. I will not write that 1 plus x power n minus 1 factorial divided by 2 factorial. Then f triple dash of 0 upon 3 factorial is going to be n minus 1, n minus 2 upon 3 factorial. If you observe this a little bit, can I say the first term is nothing but nc0, second term is nc1, the third term is nothing but nc2, n minus 2 factorial when you cancel with n factorial, n into n minus 1 is the only thing that will be left. Then you have nc3 and so on up until last ncn. And what do we know? nc0 plus nc1 till ncn ka summation is equal to 2 to the power n. That's option B will be directly the answer for the question. That's option B will be directly the answer for this question, 2 power n. Okay. Moving on. What do we have here? The circumcenter of a triangle with the vertices a, 3, b, 5, a, b is 1, 1. If the line AP intersects the line BC at a point Q, what is K1 plus K2? Basically, we need to get A and B ka value first. So I have some point over here, a, 3, and I have another point over here, a, b, and you have another point over here somewhere, b, 5. Maybe up, maybe down, I don't really care. Somewhere I have this point. Okay. And you have been told now that the circumcenter of this triangle is 1, 1. And the circumcenter means it lies on the perpendicular bisector, right? So first of all, let me draw the perpendicular bisector of this vertical line that I have. Directly, can I say that it will pass through which point? Over here, a, b plus 3 by 2. And what is the equation of this line? Equation of this line is it's a horizontal line. So that's directly going to be y equal to constant. So that's y equal to b plus 3 by 2. Now we know that the circumcenter has to lie somewhere on this perpendicular bisector itself. So which means its y coordinate has to be equal to b plus 3 by 2. So which means I can say b is equal to minus 1. So now we have got the value of b. Now let's think about how can I get the value of a. So for that, let's draw a perpendicular bisector. Let's draw a perpendicular bisector from this a, b, which will also pass through 1, 1. What is this point going to be? This point will be a plus b by 2, which is a minus 1 by 2, b plus 5 by 2, that is 4 by 2 or 2 itself. So now can I say that these two lines are perpendicular, 1, 1 till a minus 1 by 2, 2, and a, b, b, 5. These lines are perpendicular. So let's get the slopes. So I'll get 2 minus 1, that is 1, divided by a minus 1 by 2 minus 1. A minus 1 by 2 minus 1. This multiplied by, what do we have over here? 5 minus b, that is 6, divided by b minus a, that is minus 1 minus a. This product should be equal to minus 1, as there are two perpendicular lines over here. So from here, now what are we finally left off with? So this is nothing but a minus 3 by 2. So that's 12 upon a minus 3 into this minus sign I will cancel into 1 plus a is equal to 1 wala expression. So I have 12 equals to a square minus 2a minus 3. So that's a square minus 2a minus 15 equal to 0. That's a minus 5 a plus 3. That's a minus 5 into a plus 3 equals to 0. So I've got a equals to 5 and a equals to minus 3. Now you have been told that AB ka product is positive, which means if B is equal to minus 1, A has to be equal to minus 3. So B is minus 1, A is minus 3. Now the entire question is done. You have two lines over here. You need to find the point of intersection of what have they told? AP line. So this AP line over here, which you have, which will be between a comma 3, that is minus 3 comma 3 and 1 comma 1 ke beech mein you have a line. You can very easily get the equation of this line. And there's another line over here, which is BC, which is between a comma b, that's minus 3 comma minus 1 and minus 1 comma 5. So get the equation of these two lines, find their point of intersection. That's a bit left over here. Okay? So from here you have the two lines over here. So AP ka jo equation hai, that comes out as x plus 2y equals to 3, and your BC ka equation comes out as 3x minus y plus 8 equals to 0. So you can solve the two of them together and gives you q coordinate. That gives your q coordinate over here, which is minus 13 by 7 comma 17 by 7. They've asked you to find the sum of the two coordinates. That's minus 13 plus 17, 4 by 7 will be the answer for the question. Okay? Just a pure bit of calculator summation. All right. Moving on. What do we have now? So 15 times sine alpha power 4 plus 10 times cos alpha power 4 is equal to 6. Then what is the value of 27 sec alpha power 6 plus 8 times cosec alpha? So basically we need to get sine alpha cos alpha some value. And here looking at this, I can write this cos alpha power 4 as 1 minus sine square alpha ka whole square. So what will I get? I'll get 15. Let's put sine square alpha equals to t. So I'll get 15 t square plus 10 times 1 plus t square. 1 plus t square minus 2t equals to 6. So overall what do you have? You have 25 t square minus 20t and plus 10 minus this will give you equals to 0. So what is this? This is nothing but 5t minus 2 ka whole square equals to 0. It's a perfect square over here, right? Which means t is equal to 2 by 5, or I can say my sine square alpha is equal to 2 by 5, which means cos square alpha will be equal to 3 by 5, which means cosec square alpha, which means your cosec square alpha will be equal to 5 by 2 and sec square alpha will be equal to 5 by 3. So from here I can say that cosec power 6 alpha, that's cube, will be what? 125 by 8, and cosec power 6 alpha, that will be 125 by 27. So question is 27 times this, that's 125, plus 8 times cosec alpha power 6, that's also 125. 125 plus 125, option B, 250 will be the answer over here. Okay? Hope the idea is clear, everyone. Chal, moving on. What do we have now? So you have been given the expression that a plus b, magnitude of a cap plus b cap plus 2 times a cap cross b cap is equal to 2. Okay. Theta belongs to 0 to pi is the angle between a cap b cap. Then amongst the following statement, what can you comment about the truth of these statements? Okay. All right. So magnitude you have, just take a square on both sides, and I can write a cap plus b cap ka square plus 4 times a cap cross b cap ka square plus you will have 4 times a cap plus b cap dot a cap cross b cap, that's equal to 4. Achha, now over here, देखो, a cross b is perpendicular to both a vector and b vector. So a dot a cross b will be 0 and b dot a cross b will be also 0. So this entire expression I can say is nothing but 0. Now what is a cap plus b cap ka square? That is a cap square plus b cap square plus 2 times a cap dot b cap, that is I can say it as 2 cos theta. Okay? Plus 4 times what is a cap cross b cap ka square, that's a cap cross b cap dot a cap cross b cap, that's magnitude ka square over here. What is magnitude? That's a ka magnitude, a cap magnitude, b cap magnitude into sine theta ka square. Sine square theta equals to 4. This is the expression that you have. Okay? So what do you have over here? You have 2 plus 2 cos theta plus 4 times sine square theta minus 1. What is sine square theta minus 1? That is minus cos square theta equals to 0. So what do you have? You have 2 cos square theta minus cos theta minus 1 equals to 0. So this is 2 cos theta plus 1 into cos theta minus 1 equals to 0. So you have either cos theta equals to minus 1 by 2 or you have cos theta equals to 1. Now between 0 to pi, your cos theta equals to 1 wala jo expression hai, that is never really going to happen, right? Cos theta equal to 1 happens at 0. So this is not possible. So you'll only take cos theta equal to minus 1 by 2 as the acceptable value over here. So that means what is theta? theta will be pi minus pi by 3. 2 pi by 3 is the theta over here. So we have got the angle between A and B. That's what we needed. Let's check the first question. First statement, we have A cap cross B cap. So what is A cap cross B cap ka magnitude? I can say that's magnitude A, magnitude B, sin theta wala expression. That is 2 into 1 into 1 into sin 2 pi by 3 kya ho jayega? That's root 3 by 2. That's equal to simply root 3. What is A cap minus B cap ka magnitude? That's root of A cap ka square plus B cap ka square minus 2 times A dot B, which is minus 2 times minus 1 by 2 over here. What is that equal to? That is 1 root 3 itself. So yeah, magnitude A cap minus B cap is also equal to root 3, and so is 2 times magnitude of A cross B. So statement 1 to true hai. So both are false and only statement 2 is false. Ye to gaya. Now let's check statement 2. The projection of A cap on A cap plus B cap. So that's A cap dot A cap plus B cap divided by magnitude of A cap plus B cap. This is what we are looking for. Right? So what is this? A cap dot B cap kya ho jayega? That is simply A cap dot A cap is 1 and A cap dot B cap is plus your cos theta, the angle between the two of them. A cap plus B cap ka magnitude will be what? Root of 1 plus 2 cos theta wala expression is what you will get over here. So what do you have in the numerator? 1 minus 1 by 2, that's 1 by 2. Denominator mein 1 plus 1 minus 1, that is 1. So yes, statement 2 is also true, which means that I can say both statement 1 and statement 2 are true statements. Okay? Both of them I can say are true statements over here, and so option C will be the answer for this question. Okay, everybody, hope the idea is clear. So moving on, let's have a look at the next one. But what do we have here? So you have been told that AB belongs to 0 to 2 pi is the largest interval for which sine inverse of sine theta minus cos inverse of sine theta is greater than 0. Theta belongs to 0 to 2 pi holds. Okay. All right. So this, I can write this as sine inverse of sine theta minus cos inverse x. I can write as pi by 2 minus sine inverse x. Right. So minus pi by 2 plus sine inverse of sine theta minus becomes plus. This expression is greater than 0 is given to you. So I can say that sine inverse of sine theta, 2 sine inverse of sine theta is greater than pi by 2, which means it is greater than pi by 4 over here. So that means this is sine inverse of 1 by root 2. So I have sine theta is greater than 1 by root 2 is the expression. So between 0 to 2 pi wale interval, where is this true? It is true between pi by 4 to 3 pi by 4. Right? That's where that is the region where sine theta is bigger than 1 by root 2 from pi by 4 to 3 pi by 4 over here. So this is my A comma B wala interval, that much I have gotten. Achha, now it is given to you that alpha minus beta is equal to B minus A. So I can say alpha minus beta is equal to B minus A is pi by 2. Okay, so this is one condition that I have. So beta equals to alpha minus pi by 2 or alpha equals to beta plus pi by 2. Okay, this is one condition we have. Achha, next let's look at this. This is an extra repeat statement over here. We have alpha x square plus beta x plus sine inverse of x square minus 6x plus 10 plus cos inverse of x square minus 6x plus 10 equals to 0. Okay. Achha, I have an ITF. Let's check the domain. So sine inverse and cos inverse ke andar, what do I have? X square minus 6x plus 10. Can I say this is x minus 3 ka whole square plus 1? X square minus 6x plus 9 is x minus 3 ka whole square. 10 and 2 plus 1. This is a bit of a problem because the only value, because x minus 3 ka whole square is always greater than or equal to 0. So the only value that will satisfy the domain of sine inverse is x equal to 0. Same for cos inverse as well. So this means x is equal to 3. This means I've got x ka value as 3. That means if I substitute x equals to 3, I'll get alpha into 9 plus beta into 3 plus sine inverse plus cos inverse is pi by 2 equal to 0. So what do we have? We have 9 alpha plus 3 beta. I can also write this as 3 alpha plus beta equals to minus pi by 6. And you have alpha minus beta equals to pi by 2. Add the two of them, you'll get directly 4 alpha is equal to pi by 3, and that gives you alpha equals to pi by 12. That's option D, the answer for this question. That's option D, the answer for this question. Okay, plain and simple. Interesting question. Okay, moving on. Shortest distance, easiest type of question that you could ask for. What is your B1 cross B2? First of all, let's find out. So I cap, J cap, K cap. B1 mein what do you have? 1, 1, 1. B2 mein what do you have? 1, minus 1, 0. So what is this equal to? This is I cap minus minus plus I cap. J cap ke liye you have 0, minus minus minus, it will become plus. And K cap ke liye what do you have? Minus 1, minus 1, minus 2 K cap. This is your B1 cross B2. Okay. And what is A2 minus A1? A2 minus A1 will be 0 minus 0, 0. 0, A1 minus A2, either way you can take. Let's do A2 minus A1. So minus 1 minus 0, that's minus J cap, then 0 minus 0. This is your A2 minus A1. So what is the distance ka formula? B1 cross A2 minus A1 dot B1 cross B2, that is -1, divided by magnitude of B1 cross B2. What is that? Root of 1 plus 1 plus 4. So what is the distance? That's 1 upon root 6 over here. So lambda ka value will be equal to 6. That's the answer for the question. Yeah, 6 will be the answer over here. Direct and simple sub question. Okay, not at all a difficult one over here. Moving on. So two vertices of an equilateral triangle are given to you, -1, 0 and 1, 0. Beautiful, because now the third vertex has to lie on the y-axis, because this median wala jo line, it also has to be the perpendicular bisector as well. So this distance is 2 units. What is the point which will be at a distance of 2 units? So I need 0, root, right? 1 plus I need root 3 ka square. So the other point has to be 0, root 3 over here. Wonderful. Now you have been told that the equation of the circumcircle is given to you over here. Can I say, as it's an equilateral triangle, circumcenter, orthocenter, centroid, in center, everything will be same. So I will rather find the centroid of this circle. What is the centroid of this triangle? Sorry, that's 0 minus 1 plus 1, that's 0, comma, root 3 plus 0 upon 3, that's 1 upon root 3. So this is the center. So what is the radius going to come out as over here? So radius will be equal to root of 1 plus 1 by root 3 ka square, that's 1 by 3, that's root 4 by 3, or I can write it as 2 by root 3. And in the given equation, what will be the radius going to be? So g ka value is 0, so that's root of 0 plus f is minus 1 by root 3, minus 1 by root 3 ka square is 1 by 3, and minus plus lambda, this is equal to 4 by 3 ka root. So that means lambda has to be equal to 4 by 3 minus 1, that is 1. So I can say directly lambda will be equal to 1 over here. That's the answer for this question. Okay, the idea is clear, everyone. Let's move on. What do we have over here? We have integral 0 to 1, 1 minus x power 7 whole power 1 by 4, minus 0 to 1, 1 minus x power 4 1 by 7 over here. Alright guys, I hope you're able to see one thing here. These two are nothing but the inverse of each other. Hope you're able to see this. These two, they are the inverse of each other. So we put y, so you'll get 1 minus x power, y power 4 is 1 minus x power 7. I can say 1 minus y power 4 is x power 7, and x is 1 minus y power 4 power 1 by 7. That's exactly what you have over here. They're the inverse of each other over here. There's a direct property which you can also kind of use over here whenever you have such a cases, right? So if you have integral a to b f of x dx minus integral a to b f inverse of x dx, you can directly say it is x into f of x from a to b. You can just directly use this property out as well. That will give you 0 as the answer. Let's also just quickly see how does this come about. So I have integral 0 to 1, I have some function f of x dx, minus I have integral 0 to 1, I have this f inverse of x dx over here, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to substitute this f inverse x as equal to t over here. Okay? Now you can see that at 0 the value is 1, and at 1 the value will be 0, as it is inverse anyways. So I can say that this will reduce down to integral f of x dx minus what you have over here. If you substitute f inverse of x as t, you will get x is equal to f of t over here, and you'll get dx is equal to f dash of t dt. So you get minus integral 1 to 0, you get t into f dash of t dt expression over here. Now this entire place, instead of t, I will replace with x, and this minus sign I can flip as 0 to 1 plus. So I'll get integral 0 to 1 f of x plus x into f dash of x dx. Now what is this f of x plus x into f dash of x? That is nothing but the derivative of x into f of x. So integral of x into f of x ka derivative will be nothing but x into f of x from 0 to 1. So what does this give you? 0, sorry, f of 1 minus 0, f of 1 is equal to 0. So the answer will also be equal to 0. You can also use the direct result as well over there, which is a handy tool which plays around. Okay, I hope the idea is clear, everyone. Chalo, moving on. What do we have? Y dx plus y square dy equals to x dy. I can see an exact form directly. Minus x dy equals to minus y square upon dy, divide y dx minus x dy upon y square is equal to minus dy. So what is this? This is x by y ka derivative. So d of x by y equals to minus dy. So that's x by y is equal to minus y plus c. There's a function. 1 1 is true. So 1 1 minus 1 plus c. So that gives you c equals to 2. So that means you have x upon y equals to minus y plus 2. Put x is equal to minus 3. So you get minus 3 by y equals to minus 3 plus 2. So that gives you minus 3 equals to minus y square plus 2y over here. That's y square minus 2y minus 3 equals to 0. And what do you have? This is y plus 3, no, sorry, y minus 3 into y plus 1 equals to 0. So you have y equals to 3 or minus 1 y is said to be positive. So directly I can say y equal to 3 will be the answer for the question. Okay, plain and simple basics equation. All right, moving on. What do we have here? You have to find the area enclosed between the parabola y minus 2 ka whole square equals to x minus 1. So it has the vertex at 1 comma 2. So somewhere over here is the vertex. So let's take a little bit of distance. Somewhere over here is your vertex, let's assume. So something like this, you have your parabola over here. And another line that you have is x. This is a bit of special as well. So I can say that this is 2 times y minus 2. And if I try finding the point of intersection over here, what will I get? I'll substitute y minus 2 is x by 2. So x square by 4 is equal to x minus 1. So what is this? X square minus 4x plus 4 equals to 0. That's x minus 2 ka whole square equals to 0. So there's only one point of intersection, which means this line is tangential to this parabola over here. The tangent part is deleted. At least I believe you guys remember this much of fun, right? So here x coordinate is 2. So what will be the y coordinate over here? Put x is equal to 2. Y will be equal to 3 over here. And now I need to find the area between the positive coordinate axis. This is the area that I have to find over here, right? Where is this line meeting the y-axis? X is equal to 0. If you put, you will get y equals to 2. And this x coordinate over here is 2 over here. So this is 2. This is 1. Yet now can I directly say that this parabola that I have, again, parabola which is x is equal to y minus 2 ka whole square plus 1. Can I find the entire, let me color this region. Can I find this entire region ka area using right curve minus left curve as integral 0 to 3 y minus 2 ka whole square plus 1, y minus 2 ka whole square plus 1. I'll get the entire area. And from that, what I will do is I will subtract this triangle ka area. So this is an entire integral. And from this, I will subtract that triangle ka area, which is half into base into height, that is 1. So this is what I will get over here. So y minus 2 ka whole cube upon 3 plus y from 0 to 3 minus 1. This will give you the answer for the question. Last bit of integration, I'll just quickly show you. So yeah, what do you have? Y square minus 4y plus 5 integral minus 1 when you will do. You will get y cube by 3 minus 2y square by 5. 0 to 3 minus 1 over here. That's 9 minus 18 plus 15 minus 1. That's 5 will be the answer for the question. Okay, everyone? Hope the idea is clear. And all of the questions where you had some doubts, I believe have been answered over here. Okay, best of luck for your next FLT and your mains exam as well. See you next week. Bye, everybody.